Hi, my name is John Ackerman, and I'm honored to be your candidate for Tazewell County Clerk. In the months to come, as we approach the March 20th, 2018 primary election, roadways like this one in Tazewell County will begin to fill up with a familiar sight, that being campaign yard signs. When I began first running for office in the city of Washington, it was the practice at the time that seasoned veterans would take the new young candidates to the side and explain to them the guidelines for proper placement of campaign yard signs. For me, it was then Mayor Don Gronwald who took me to the side and explained these 3 points. 1, always ask permission of the property owner. 2, only place your signs on private property. And 3, never place your signs in the public right-of-way. Sadly, that practice isn't done here in Tazewell County anymore. It's gone to the wayside. And as a result, in the last several countywide elections, we've seen more and more candidates just placing their yard signs anywhere they please, most of the time on public right-of-ways. Let me give you a few examples of stuff I've seen in the last election. In the last election, countywide election, the city of Washington saw a candidate place their signs in the center median of Business Route 24. As a result, that candidate's opponents put their signs at the 4 corners leading into Walmart's. That's not right. Saw a candidate in this last election, countywide election, put their sign on Centennial Drive at the ICC entrance, right next to the ICC sign. I don't think the Illinois Central College Board of Trustees gave him permission to do that. And maybe the most despicable act I've seen in a long time, I saw a countywide candidate in the last election place their yard sign at a cemetery outside of the city of Washington. Now, we all know in the city of Chicago the dead vote, but here in Tazewell County, we don't need to be placing yard signs advertising for the dead to vote. It's not right. It's not the way it should be done. We can do better. If an average citizen's driving down the road and throws a piece of trash out the window, we call that littering, and you can be fined for that. And yet, when politicians drive down the road throwing yard signs up in the public right-of-way, we call that campaigning. We call that politicking. It's just not the way it should be done. After that election, I talked to countywide officials. I talked to others about steps we could take to change this practice. And sadly, there isn't a legal or there isn't a law that we should pass method to change this. What needs to change is the way that we go about campaigning in this county. I think an example needs to be set. And what I want to do is I want to make a commitment in this election, in this primary election for Tazewell County Clerk. I won't be placing any yard signs up. Yard signs don't vote. The citizens vote. Yard signs gain a candidate name recognition. Well, in this race for Tazewell County Clerk, in this Republican primary, all 3 opponents, including myself, already have name recognition. I'm a former Tazewell County board member. One of my opponents is a current Tazewell County board member. The other is the current Tazewell County auditor who ran recently for countywide office. We don't need to gain name recognition through the wasteful practice of putting up campaign yard signs. Instead, we should be focusing on delivering to you, the citizens of Tazewell County, the plans, the proposals we have for what we will do as your next Tazewell County Clerk. That's where we should be focusing our time and our energies. I think we can set the example that yard signs don't elect candidates that bring forward new ideas for how to improve the existing offices. Those are the people that win elections. I've appreciated the support of so many throughout the years that have established me as an individual that has the ability to put up yard signs. I've always done them properly, placing them on private property with the property owner's permission. Yet, that advantage, I wanted to set it to the side to make an example of how we can do things better here in Tazewell County, how politicians can run a better campaign, and how we can have more pride in what we do here in Tazewell County. I appreciate your time, and as always, together we can grow, strengthen, and improve the office of Tazewell County Clerk. Thank you.